Is the Smith & Wesson 1854 worth your hard-earned money? Everything's getting crazy expensive these days. I've always liked lever action rifles. There's history behind them. I just love them. This hasn't had a single round through it. I'm gonna shoot it and I'm gonna give you my personal opinion on whether or not this thing was worth my hard-earned money. Let's go ahead and load it up. We'll go ahead and shoot 38 special through it first. Later on in the video, I'll talk about the specs and everything else, but let's just put some rounds through it. Some people have said that there was some issues shooting 38 special, so I just got some basic 38 special. I'm gonna load it up. I also do have 357 Magnum that I'll shoot afterwards. So that was the 38 special. No issue shooting that. It actually cycles really smooth. That's one thing I liked about it. And then it's got that flat trigger. All right, let's load up the 357 Magnum and we'll get a couple rounds downrange with this and see what we think. Got to get used to it, but the loop is nice and big. I haven't shot a lever gun in forever. Let's put a couple more rounds downrange. So right now, safety is on. Got to depress it so that way I'm live. It shoots really well, really smooth. I'm rusty with it because this is the first, I haven't even put 10 rounds through it, but this is my first time shooting it. Yeah, let's talk about all the specs on it and discuss why I went with this and whether or not you guys should get a tactical lever gun. Right off the bat, out of the box, when it comes to other models at this price point or maybe a little more, this one has a lot of the furniture that I wanted on it, because with this lever action here, I'm going to be doing a tactical series on it, tactical build. So I wanted the Picatinny rail on the top, I wanted the M-LOK. Comes with both of those already. It's got the fiber optic high-vis front sight, ghost ring on the rear. It also has the bigger loop for gloves and stuff like that, just easier to use. So right off the bat, that's the first reason why this gun appealed to me. Also, this is a 357 Magnum, so it gives you the ability to run 38 special and then also the 357. So the ability to have a more common caliber that is common for, you know, your wheel guns. I got some wheel guns, and so that was appealing to me because I like to stick with more common calibers instead of having, you know, numerous different guns with numerous different calibers. It makes it a little easier, especially in survival situations, stuff like that. Obviously, all the guns behind me on the wall, that's just a green screen. Wink, wink. My number 2 reason why you should get a lever action is they're 50 state legal. So obviously that doesn't really matter to me because I can have ARs and I can enjoy my freedom where in the state I live in. But for those of you who live in not so friendly 2A states, this is a good option. You get some capacity to it. You get a lot of cool options where they regulate the AR type rifles very heavily. This is a good option. It's not anywhere near, don't even misunderstand me when I say that, but it's not anywhere near as capable as an AR-15, but it is a good choice for a rifle for home defense if you are in a state that's heavily regulated. So I'd say my number 3 reason for getting a tactical lever action rifle is the accessibility when it comes to hunting. So there's a lot of states that are pretty strict with certain gun laws, and if you have a lever action, you have a lot more opportunity as far as what you can use and how you can use it with a lever gun. Number 4 I kind of touched on earlier, and that's the caliber. The fact that you can run a 38 special or a 357 Magnum, that's really appealing to me because if you have handguns, you have wheel guns. I like wheel guns. If you have those, you have the ability to, you know, hey, I want to just grab a stockpile of 38 special. Now you've got your lever action and you also have your wheel gun. So that gives you 2 options of defense with the same caliber. Or you want to step it up, you got the 357. So that's why this one really appealed to me. The ability to run a more common round and also run it through numerous firearms. So that was appealing to me. So the 5th reason is just the visual aesthetic. I mean, when you grab a lever gun, it's like you grab a piece of history, especially I like the tactical black. Some people think this thing's hideous, they'll think it's ugly. For me, it's a combination of the best of both worlds. You get something that looks tactical and cool, but you also just get the history behind it. And they're fun. They're fun to handle, they're fun to hold. These things came about in the 1860s is when they really began being popular, and they were, you know, known as repeaters, and it was the first gun where you could really get more rounds and actually be able to load them faster and fire rounds faster. So there's just a lot of iconic history behind the lever action and how the West was won, and so for me, I just think that's cool. I love patriotic stuff, and so these guns are just as awesome in my opinion. So the specs of it, obviously, like I said earlier, this is the Smith & Wesson 1854 Stealth Hunter. With the Stealth Hunter, you get the tactical style, so it's got the M-LOK 4-in grip on it, extremely durable. It's got 15 M-LOK slots in it, which are perfect for, you know, if you want to mount a light, a grip, anything like that, it's already set up for it. And then on the top, you have a 10.5-inch Picatinny rail. This is perfect for your red dots or, you know, your optics, whatever you want to run on it. This guy, I'm gonna be putting a red dot on it. That's perfect. It's already got one on there. It's got plenty of room. So that was another reason why this gun stood out to me. I was looking at the Marlins and I was looking at the Henrys, but as far as a tactical lever action build for me, this thing was perfect. This gun was released in January of this year, so it is a newer gun, but it kind of has all the different furniture that I wanted as far as just an out-of-the-box gun. I know Marlin has their Dark Series, the 4-in grip on it. It's got the Picatinny rail that's nice and long. It has the flat trigger on it, so that's really nice. Trigger is extremely smooth, and then it has the large loop. As far as tactical lever actions go, the large loop is perfect when you're running and gunning with gloves, and just all that kind of cool stuff. It does come with the high-vis front sight and then the ghost ring in the rear. It does have just over a 16-inch barrel that's threaded, so it is suppressor ready if you live in a state where you're allowed to have those. Let's talk about the barrel. Just over a 16-inch threaded barrel with a 114 right-hand twist, so you'll have good accuracy. Another cool feature that this does have that I didn't see in the other ones is it has the loading gate here, so you can easily load. So in addition to your loading gate over here, it's got your magazine tube. But the cool thing about this one is it is a removable magazine tube. So you have 8+1 capacity in this rifle. So say you got loaded up with 8 rounds, shot 4 of them, you want to offload it. Rather than having to, you know, come down here, rack it, eject them all that way, you just turn this, pull it out, and you can offload your magazine tube that way. And then you can put it back on, twist it, locks on there. So that's pretty cool that you have the removable magazine tube so you can offload pretty easily. So like I said, those are my top 5 reasons why you should have one. So if you're in the market for a tactical lever gun, I don't really think you can go wrong with this variation of it. As far as the offerings you get at the price point, it's a smooth feeling gun. It has a lot to offer. It's got a lot of stuff already done to it. If you want to have that full tactical look, range and point precisions makes a lot of different aftermarket components for it. The only thing I'm really going to do is I will add their stock. Right now their stocks are out of stock, but I'll do their skeletonized stock on it with a quiver, and then I might do a quiver up here on the front, just have some rounds on there, and plus it looks cool. And then looking at the Vortex Defender XL red dot. So I'll just, and like I said, that one fresh out the box, it'll go right on this Picatinny rail. I don't need to do anything else to it. Those 2 upgrades, and I'll have a pretty much built tactical looking lever gun. So I know I mentioned earlier that this is a really good home defense gun and how it's 50 state legal. Where that really comes into play is, I know there's a lot of truck guns and stuff like that, and people who travel, whether you have an RV and you want some personal protection, self-defense for you and your family when you're out traveling, or you do overlanding, stuff like that. There's a lot of really cool, great variations with 300 blackout and AR-15s and stuff like that. Where that becomes an issue is if you travel out of your 2A friendly state and into a state that's not so friendly, you can run into some issues. So if you have a tactical lever gun, you're good no matter any of those states you travel in. Obviously, suppressor and stuff like that, that's a completely different story. But if you're just running something like this as personal protection, this is a really good option for that. You got the ability to run common rounds through it, so you won't be having to search up a bunch of different sporting goods stores for a specific caliber. 357 and 38 special are very, very common rounds, so that's good. But yeah, those are some reasons why if you just want a very good overall tactical gun, reliable, have a decent amount of rounds, and be able to defend yourself, I think this is a great option. And I love the tactical variant of a classic thing. It's a combination of old school nostalgia to the tactical prepared American Patriot weapon. So it's a cool pairing of it. This thing it's dated. It's all coming up on 2 centuries, so it'll never compete with an AR-15 type platform, but it is a cool option. It does have a safety.
Oh my gosh, the safety is gonna kill me.
It's kind of funky. I know Ranger Point Precisions has an option to get rid of that. I might do that just because it's just kind of funky. And I really enjoy this gun, and I definitely think it was worth my money as far as the options you have out there and how much it's going to cost you to get a lever action that's pretty much similar to this if you go with some of the other brands out there like Henry or Marlin or stuff. I'm definitely impressed with it. It's a newer gun, and I think you'll see a lot of them built out and really decked out pretty cool because I think they're awesome. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and give me a like if you guys like this kind of content. Appreciate you guys' time, and stay safe. I've been in your